Good morning, everybody. I'm John. This is Shimoda Life. Welcome back. I'm continuing to work on the timber frame tiny house, and today I'm going to get into some working on 3 different pieces of wood at the same time. Before I get into working today, I just want to call out the new subscribers that I've been getting. I've got about 70 in the last couple of weeks. You know, I'm a micro channel. I'm not even a small channel. I'm a micro channel. So I can see the number of subscribers every time it ticks over one at a time, and it's really thrilling. You know, as small as I am, it's really thrilling to see new subscribers. So thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. One thing that I have noticed, though, is according to the YouTube analytics, 96% of my views are non-subscribers. So 96% of you that are watching right now haven't hit the subscribe button. So if you want to help a micro channel become a small channel, please hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying what you're seeing. So we're back today in the parking lot, a friend's hotel parking lot, off season, no cars, and we're building the tiny house. One thing I've learned recently is I was concerned about, once I put this together, you know, I obviously don't want to keep it in the parking lot. My friend will have cars coming here as soon as the season starts. So I've got to put it somewhere. And I was worried about putting it on the mountain because I didn't want to interfere with planning department regulations, and you know, the mountain is still classified as forest, and therefore you can't have a residential building on it, that kind of thing. I was worried about that. But it turns out the footprint of this tiny house is so small that there's no regulation covering it, so which is fantastic. So I can build it once I get all the timber cut, which you've been watching me do over the last 3 or 4 videos. Once I get all the timber cut, I take it all up there in my truck, probably a couple of loads because I got a little truck, and I build it on the mountain. Now I have to settle on the location of it. So that's another concern. But I'm very pleased that as soon as I get everything cut, I'm back on the mountain and I'm actually building the timber frame tiny house on the mountain. So stay tuned. That's why you want to become a subscriber, because there's some continuity here. And when I start building up there, that's going to be interesting. Really, I mean, especially for me. But I hope it's interesting for you too as well. Okay, so today it's early morning on a holiday weekend, and I've got some timber to cut. Okay, now before we get started in earnest, I just want to show you exactly how I'm going to proceed over the next few videos, because up until now I've been pursuing one type of structural piece at a time. So I did the long sills first. Then I did the short sills. Then I did the floor joists. But from now on, I'm going to start working on what are called in the timber frame world bents. Okay, the post here and here, and the tie beam that brings them together. It essentially creates an H shape, and that's called a bent. And there are 3 bents in this structure. 1, 2, 3. So for the next video or so, I'm going to be working on these bents. And if I get 3 bents done, then I'm halfway to a standing structure. So I'll talk more about it as we get into the work. But today it's taking these 2 posts, cutting them properly, and then taking the tie beam, cutting it properly, fitting them, and then finally fitting them together. Okay, let's see if we can get to that by the end of day today. Funny. So, which is easier? Okay, so I've just realized that I cut a 2-inch tenon and an 1.5-inch mortise. So, which is easier? Taking this down a 1/2 inch or opening up that 1/2 inch? Well, the bigger problem for me here is not just to make the tenon and the mortise match at at 1.5 inches, but my shoulders. On the tenon, my shoulder is 1.5 inches, and here the shoulder is 2 inches. So if let's say I took this tenon down to 1.5 inches from 2 inches to fit the mortise, this is what the mortise would look like, right? It would fit into there. So that's good, but when I snug it up into the mortise, there's a 1/2 inch overhang here. So I don't know what to do. I think I might have to just scrap this log and recut the tenon. I could taper the inside of the what would happen if I did that? It would still be, even if I tapered it on this side, it would still be way off on this side. Yeah, I think I have to scrap the log. Okay, the simplest solution is I haven't cut all the other posts yet. So I put this tie beam aside, fit a new tie beam, cut a new tie beam that fits into these 2 posts. Then on the next 2 posts I cut them with a 2-inch tenon instead of 1.5 inches. Okay, problem solved. I would have had to waste the one 6x6 there, and I don't have an extra 6x6. I need exactly 3 for the tie beams. I have exactly 3, so I need to use this one. So, cut the new posts to fit this tie beam. I want to show you something. Look at this. It is just over a week into January, but the sun is coming up high enough to just crest that ridge, which means from here on out, I'm going to start getting some sunshine in my work area. All right. Inch of excess right here, but oh, it's exactly 8 feet. This is what I call a success. It lines up exactly. It's 8 feet wide at the feet, both sides, and the tops are exactly 8 feet wide as well. They're flush, except for this. I mean, this is a cosmetic mistake right here. It doesn't affect the structure, but it's ugly. It's a great learning experience. I know exactly what not to do next. Yeah, so I will leave those like that. This will be lesson number 462, and I will do the next ones much better. All right. Oh, I'm just looking forward to standing that up. That's the best I can do for today. But it's done. That bent is done. I'm running out of daylight, so I can't put it together. In addition, as I said earlier, I don't have a way to lift it up. I'm going to put it together lying down on the floor. This is the traditional way to put together timber frame houses. You build the floor first, and then you build the bents on the floor, and then you lever them up into a vertical standing position. Another reason I can't do it today, not only because daylight's running out, is I've got to clean up. And if I were to put them all together, it would take me 30 minutes probably to put them together, and probably 45 minutes to take them apart again. We're going to have rain tomorrow, so I've got to get everything organized and piled up and protected for the rain. So it's been a great day, a great couple of days. The first bent is done. It took me an extraordinarily long time to get some of those joints to fit together. But everything fit together, and I'm pretty pleased about that. So actually there's it's maybe 2 weeks before I put this video out. So if I have managed to come back here and get it sorted and get it videoed and up, you're seeing that right now. If not, this is the end of the video. The next video will start with it standing and me working on the other bents. So anyway, thanks very much for hanging around. It's been great fun, and I certainly learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.